Hello everybody, I hope you're doing well. Today I'm working on my fishing journal and I'm going to be working on a new page, so I thought I would share that with you. This is something what I'm going to do with the cover, but I think I'm going to print that on fabric. At least I'm going to give that a try. So what I want to work on today is the middle of the book. Now I have been working on the pages without it being bound. I just have some twine tied around it because I wasn't really sure what I wanted in the pages and how I wanted it. So I wanted it to be able to be exchanged, moved, and altered. So I still have twine. This is going to be the middle of my book. This big catch. Isn't that something? That's quite the fish. And this is the outside. So I've printed onto vellum because I wanted you to be able to kind of see through and have that experience like you were seeing the fish below the surface, something that you can't quite touch, but you know that it's there. So I have vellum there, and then I have these on the outside of the big fish page. So I want to complete that look and have it put together. So I believe what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to glue the vellum down, but I believe it's going to show through when I do that. So I'm going to gently glue the vellum on the edge, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to put a piece of twine going up the top, this stuff. Now, this is just something I got at the dollar store. It's really raggedy looking, but it's exactly the type of thing that I want for this book. So as I suspected, you can see how the glue is kind of showing through, but that's not a problem, because we're going to work with that. We're going to make it all fine. And actually, you could play with that and it could be a really cool effect. So I'm going to put it on the other side as well right now. Kind of flatten out my glue so I don't have too much. I don't want that in my hand. What am I doing? Okay. So I think I'll put glue on the tip of this. See how this is becoming, it's frayed. Oh, I should turn on the light. Hold on. There we go. See how it's frayed? I'm going to put a little glue on it and twist it so it'll just kind of hold it together a little bit more readily. So I want this to go from top to bottom, and it kind of goes along the feeling of, to me anyway, with a linear line like this going down, the feeling of a fishing line down in the water, even though it's bigger and all that kind of stuff. Still, I think it lends to that thought pattern. Okay, so I like how that's going to look. So let's see, do I want to glue it or do I want to hot glue it? I think I'm going to use some hot glue. So this is my new glue gun. It is like the absolute first time I've ever used it. Right here, right this very moment. At least I hope I'm going to use it. So far nothing is coming out. So I got this glue gun because I have the tendency of forgetting to turn my glue gun off, and I use my glue gun a lot. I don't like the smell, the chemicals in like the Fabri-Tac, and so I use my glue gun. So this one turns on and off. It's an automatic shut off after 30 minutes, which is nice, but it was really disappointing because when I got it and opened it up, the directions said it recommended that you unplug it. Well, if I remember to unplug it, I'm going to remember to turn it off, so it's kind of like, kind of defeats the purpose of the gun. So, anyway, we'll see how I like it. So far, so good. So that's what that does. It creates that linear line. So over here, I want to take my dauber, and I don't know if you saw my little tip. I used this. I took a dollar store lid vial thing and I glued it on with my hot glue gun, my old one, and it just makes it a wonderful lid so you can get to your ink easily. So I'm going to put a little bit more ink on the edge of this. Ideally, this would have been best to do this outside of the book, because then I'm more apt to get something where it doesn't belong. I'm going to put that there. Oh, did I just put brown where the water's going to go? That's okay. It'll look like it's sand underneath. Yeah, looks fine. Except I don't want real definite. See, I have a real definite marking there. So I want to, since I already did that, I need to create more movement so it just doesn't look like just a round dauber was there. And that's okay. It looks like kind of rocks underneath the surface. So it was a good mistake. Okay. So now I'm going to glue this end on. Glue it on that side just a little bit. Probably too much glue. So what I'm going to also do here, I'm going to put a strip of paper along that edge. Well, there goes my glue gun. I'm just like, all kinds of things are happening. And then I want this page not glued down, but glued to it, because I'm going to have something in a pocket right there. So I need to do my little edging. Now. So here's a piece that I just ripped off from a book, and I probably wanted, I'm guessing, a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to cut a piece, a strip, that'll be a 1/2 inch, no, maybe 3/4 inch. So just a long strip like that. And then I do want it distressed. I don't want it to just look that bright white color. Isn't it funny? I'm using the one without my little handy dandy thing. I did it on my older one, so if I didn't like it, I wouldn't care. But I use my new ink all the time, so I need to just switch the lids. Okay, I'm just folding this in half, and then it's going to go just over the top there like that. Okay, so it just creates a little bit more interest for the eye, but yet it doesn't take away from everything. It's still kind of muted. And I want to measure the length. So I have two options for me to consider. Sometimes what I do, I'll put the words on so that they're upside down, so it's just not like trying to read it. You can see that it's just off and it's wrong. Or I can put it right side up. I think I'm going to put it right side up. And when you have it right side up, it kind of feels like just part of the story, like it's continuing on. So I'm going to just carefully hand cut that, and then get my glue, my handy dandy glue. So this is a larger bottle of my glue, or maybe just because it's new, the glue seems like it's coming out faster than I want. Okay. Here we go along the edge. I have nicely glued up. Make sure it's pushed all the way in. There. So I want to be careful because I don't want to pull that nose off. So when I do that one, I gotta be really mindful. So right here, I'm going to have a pocket. To strengthen this, because I just only printed that on paper, I'm just going to take a little piece of this, so about a 1/2 inch. And I'm going to put it on the back side. I'm glue it on the back side just to strengthen it. So when paper is pushed in and out of there, it just gives it a little bit more body, so it'll be less likely to rip. Because I don't want it ripping, but I don't want to necessarily add a bunch more bulk either. So this kind of solves both things. I get a little bit more body to it, but I'm not adding a bunch more bulk to the book. Okay, a little more off. That's good. Now I'm going to line it up to there, and I'm going to just put glue on these edges because I only want space so that I can put a picture in there. And I think I have it right here. This isn't that great? So that's going to tuck right in there. Probably will want to back that one, but I haven't decided yet. So I'm going to let that glue dry, and I'm going to move on to the next page. So I'm going to need another strip that I'll cut. I'll cut it the same size, but I don't know. I might make it a little smaller, or else I might just pull it out, not push it up completely to the inside, to the edge after I have it folded. Because once again, remember, I want to keep it so that that nose isn't lost. I don't want to get in the way of the viewing that incredible fish. The fish that everyone wants to catch. So let's see what we've got. I'm going to cut the top off. And come on in. I do need to glue that down and take care of that page before I do this, though. But let's take a peek. Okay. So it does start to get a little bit in the way of the fish, so I am going to just pull it out slightly when I put it on. For now, though, I'm going to go back here. I'm going to take care of this page. And so for that, I want to do more of my inking up. And so remember here, it kind of made it look like rocks, and so I am going to go back in there and just kind of add little texture. And I actually really like that. So, go right along the edge, push it on down, make sure it's kind of straight. Okay. Let me see. Oh, okay, there we go. I was thinking it's a little bit shorter, but it's supposed to be shorter. Now, I'm going to pull this out. I'm going to clip it. This time I'm going to clip it before I put it on. Right about there. And glue it. Get ready and keep mindful. I don't want it pushed in as far. So I'll line it up by that nose first. Oops. Make sure I get it at the top. Right there. So my nose is completely visible. Works out great. Pushing a little glue out on the other side. I didn't want that to happen. That'll be okay though. It'll just look like waves or something. Okay. I'm going to take just a little bit more. Get a little more along the edges before I glue it down. Put this paper in for this side. I kind of already had it anyway, but I just want a little bit more. And here we go. You can do the same thing. I'm going to put it glue right along those two edges to make a pocket. A little more at the top there. And fold it in and push it down. So I need to watch out for my glue because I have a little coming out that edge and I don't want it to go too much on that vellum. It looks like the vellum actually bleeded up right there. It'll be okay though. Okay, so now this turns nicely. This is going to go in here. Oops, upside down. I need to trim the picture up a little bit. And I was thinking that, a little cleanup. I was thinking that I might put a little tab on it like that. I might even shorten the picture a little bit. I don't know. Let's take a look and see. So I want this picture in here, and I want this picture over here. Going down. So that one goes down a little bit farther. I think I'm going to put that one in first over here. It's a fisherman. It's a little family fishing. All these guys are fishing off the dock there. So, and this one would work out well with a tag. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my tag right on that edge. Put it in again so I can see how far to put the tab. Bring it up there. So I have to be careful so that I don't have it sticking out beyond the pages. Oops, covered up the poor guy's face. A little bit higher. Yeah, there we go. Don't want to cover up Uncle Al. I don't know who he is. Okay, let's see what happens. Ah, that still works out fine. Perfect. Okay, so I have that one there. I'm going to trim this one a little bit. Take off those dark edges. I don't want them on there. Whoops. And this is going to go in this way. And so I can put this other tab on there. So we'll have two tabs the same kind of colors sticking out. Okay. I tried it earlier while I was playing around trying to decide things that I might want to do, and I used a different colored tag, but I really liked the different, not the difference, I liked the monochromatic look that it maintained by having the same color. I thought it added to the design better. Okay, there we go. So that flips, and now I want to put a line down this side still. So I'm going to go ahead and glue the edges here again because I want those to stay together. Might need a little more glue. The first time just soaks it up, the second time does the job. Okay, so I've got the edges there, and I'm going to measure this. Just kind of put it on the page, give it a clip, and then secure these edges again. And now I'm ready to glue it down. Hot glue again. Just gently get my first stream on there. I don't know if I'm going to like this one as much as the other one, my other glue gun. So far I'm saying I don't. It's messy and it's got a big glob of glue it's putting out instead of a nice stream. We'll see though. I got this on Amazon. I do love Amazon. Okay, now I'm going to just put a nice little thin, hopefully. I don't know, I don't like this gun. I'm sure it's lovely. I'm sure it's a wonderful glue gun. But maybe it's just not meant for me. I like it. Okay, one thing I just see that I should have done, and I'll just do it really quick. I should have glued up. I'm going to switch these right now. I should have glued up the back side of this. So I'm going to pull out my paper. I'm going to go ahead and go along my edges. Give them a distressed look. Give them a little personality. Okay, that's better. And actually, I should have done this side too. I guess I was just a little bit too eager. No problem. Get these edges. Be careful with Uncle Al. Okay, so that one's ready. I can put him back in, or them back in. I like it. Oops. I don't think I really glued that side. I glued the other part. Okay. I'm going to leave that out to make sure it dries. And work on this one. Personality. Reminds me of that song, which I won't sing for you because I can't carry a tune. Okay. Love it. So, just a little more on that edge. This one goes back in here. This one goes back in here. Let's see what we've got. We've got a mess is what we've got. I've got all my stuff scattered all around. Gets distracting. I actually got some of these. I want to try to put them in a baggie and put them in the book. I know. A little scary. Okay, here we go. So we're going to be on this page. We'll be turning it. We'll be seeing the fish. We can see the rocks underneath the pier. And those are little people fishing off the pier. Got my tag. I can pull that out. I might have to strengthen that up. I'll have to see. I'll wait a little while. Opening it up, we see the big fish catch in the middle. Woohoo! Turn the page again. Pull it out. We see another guy. Uncle Fred, let's say. I do have an Uncle Fred. He's fishing there, turning fish away. Okay, it's got a nice flow and a nice complete look. So I think I'm satisfied. So there's my page for the day. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again later. Bye.